Hi friends. Now today I'll talk to you about mistakes. Now this is a concept that came to my mind because I got a lot of students messaging me over the last few weeks, a few months. Sir, I'm giving a test, but I'm making mistakes. Making mistakes in my class. And I keep getting messages from my previous students who are now doctors practicing in as different specialists. They say, sir, I made a mistake in during this patient's management. I messed up this, I messed up this. You need to know, as a doctor you will make mistakes. There is no doubt on it. You will make mistakes. Whatever anybody might tell you, you will make mistakes, but it is how you react to those mistakes will tell you where you reach. I will divide this topic into two parts, as a student and as a practicing doctor. Now, the first thing to know as a student is that when we make mistake or when we are not able to tell something or when we encounter a difficult problem, there are two kind of students who respond to it. One kind of student, they immediately go into a despair that, oh my god, how could I do this wrong? Or they go into a depression that, oh my god, I cannot do this is so tough for me, and they get angry when they are facing a difficult problem. But you have to remind yourself, who are the best learners? Best learners in the entire world are children. Why? Because children, they always get excited when you show them a difficult problem. When they see something new, they get excited. So my idea here is that if you can somehow change your approach to a more learning based and you become a learner. What is a learner? You remember when you were in school, when the teacher showed you, Antarctica, were you angry at that this is something new, or were you so excited? Actually speaking, you were excited. If you bring that same excitement into learning, you convert yourself into a learner. It doesn't matter if I'm getting something wrong right now, but I'm learning. So that should be the method that you should follow in every test that you give. Every test that you give, tell yourself that I'm a learner. Whatever mistakes I'm doing, I will learn from them. I will not make them again, and you will find your level will increase a little bit. Every test you will improve. So don't get so harsh on yourself that you're making mistakes. Everybody makes them, but the winners, they learn from them. Second thing is that you have to know that as a doctor, when you will become a doctor, when you transition from a student to a doctor, then the situation will slightly change. I want you to understand that change so that you can become focused right now. When you become a doctor, again you will make some mistakes, but at that time the cost will be borne by somebody else. I hope you know, when as a doctor you make a mistake, the punishment goes to somebody else. When you make a mistake as a student in the medical college, the punishment is on you, you get a negative mark. But when you make mistakes as a doctor, somebody else suffers and you get that guilt back. And that is the difficulty of being a incompetent doctor, because you make so many mistakes that you get so guilty about it that you don't like it. So look at what you are learning today in the medical school as a foundation to what you will be practicing later on. It is not that you're preparing for an exam, you're preparing for your life also. So I personally believe that when as a doctor you make mistakes, you need to tell yourself, I need to be more engaged in my work. If you're always distracted by things, you're not putting in your 110% into medical profession, you will make mistakes. You need to be engaged. I'll tell you what do I mean by engagement. Engagement means that when as a radiologist I am reporting something, if I have a doubt of a tiniest doubt, I tend to ask my technician that, did you mess up the sequence, MRI sequence somewhere? Then I call up the referring physician that, what are you really asking for? Am I missing out on something? I go back and look at it. I even sometimes try to take a opinion from my colleagues sitting with me that, what do you think? Because I don't want to make a mistake. I'm totally engaged into my work. I don't feel shy of asking the referring physician what he is wanting out of an image from me. I don't feel shy of asking a technician if he did some artifact here. I don't feel shy. I don't feel shy to show that image to my colleague here, and vice versa as well. So the idea here is to know that when you are fully engaged in your work, you will make less mistakes. As a doctor, you need to make the least possible mistakes. You need to know that whatever we are learning as a medical student, transition it into a doctor, you will learn that mistakes are the key. We need to know how to reduce them, and we need to know how to learn from them. And when you become a learner, you stop getting angry as a medical student. You know that you are preparing for a bigger battle, a battle where your decisions will affect others. Engaged learning and and to be a constant learner is the key. To be a physician is to be a learner all the time. You need to keep learning. You will make some mistakes, inevitable, but try to make least of them as a doctor. Try to learn from your previous mistakes. You learn, 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 you evolve, and you serve the mankind. I wish you all the best.